Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I decided to play a brand new story and it's called Song of the Crimson Nile. It has been released for a few days now, I think. And I first decided not to play it because, the gems. But this story intrigues me, so I decided, you know what? Let's play it. I'm really intrigued to know this. Let's see. Song of the Crimson Nile, Episode 1, Season 1. Disease ravages Upper Egypt. Okay. The dark curse, they call it. The Pharaoh's squad think dark magic is to blame. Can you work among them while hiding your identity as a dark magician? Okay. I have a feeling this is Heaven's Secret mixed with Kali Call of Darkness. Before you start, we recommend turning the sound on by tapping the setting buttons on the right of the menu bar at the top. Have a nice game, thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, what is this? What is this? This is the first time I actually can't press the buttons. They move on their own. Oh, what is this? I'm so sorry that I didn't say anything. I'm so sorry, but I was trying to keep up with everything that was going on while admiring the beauty of these animations. I was taken aback with them in Heaven's Secret 2. I don't think we have ever had animations before, just illustrations, and now apparently they put illustrations and animations in it. And all these beautiful animations in the beginning, I'm sorry, I couldn't say anything. I was so shook, but I hope that you were capable to read it. Oh my god, because I wasn't capable to keep up with reading it and admiring the beauty of these animations, but now I can tap it on my own, so let's see what's gonna happen. The animations still get me. What was he trying to tell me? What was he trying to warn me against? The god of the afterlife was reaching out to me, cautioning me. It's scary when the guardian of the dead visits your dream. Oh my god. Because us Shismo, we can't and shouldn't dream. Is this another way of saying dark magician? Your story is about to begin. You should have warned me about the beautiful animations. But first, choose your character's appearance. Alright. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know why, but I want to choose her because of this beautiful contrast from eyes to skin. I have green eyes, so normally I would have to take this, but I want to take her. I'm gonna take her. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Dark silk. What is with these? I'm done. You know what? She's a queen. Let her wear the queen outfit. Continue. Oh my god. Now that's a little extreme, the hair. Nah, I'm gonna keep this one. I think it suits the outfit. You can change your outfit and hairstyle at any time by tapping the wardrobe button on the menu bar at the top. The story mentions real events of the past, however, the majority of the plot is fictional and does not claim to be historically correct. Oh, okay, so some of the things that they tell us in the story is based on real facts. Okay. All cities in the story use names generally accepted by modern Egyptology. Okay. Shock me. The animation already got me. Shock me. Episode 1. Curse in Thebes. Oh my god. Her cheeks stung. She jolted awake. Huh? Eva. Alright. Dia was smirking at Eva. She looked amused by the fact that she had just slapped her training partner. Oh my god. Alright, everyone is a beauty in this game apparently. Did you just fall asleep instead of entering my dream? You have a great future ahead of you. Their mentor, who was watching them practice, pursed his lips annoyed. I don't have to say that he's fine, right? I don't have to say he's fine. The task was to get into her dream, Epistates, not to have a dream yourself. Well, my apologies, master. The choice you're about to make will affect the plot. Some choices affect the plot slightly, others lead to big changes. Yeah, the gem choices. Alright. She has boring dreams. Damn! Her dream wasn't meant for others to see. She didn't fall asleep. You know what? I'm gonna go with the middle one. Her dream wasn't meant for others to see. You know, she has very peculiar fantasies. I felt like a third wheel. Yeah, you and our mentor. Who would have thought? Cunning. My apologies. Their mentor awkwardly shifted his gaze to Dia. Haha, very funny. Some choices increase your honesty or cunning points. Well, my apologies. An honest character is straightforward, self-confident, and at times sarcastic. Me. A cunning character is more calculating and tries to use everything to her advantage. Also me. Oh my god, okay. Remano waved her off. He looked haggard. Enough, Evitz. You need to work on yourself. Don't I always? If you fall asleep instead of fulfilling a commission, you'll soon find yourself in the hands of the hunters. Why? People cover for us only because we benefit them and help when no one else can. Yeah. The use. The services of state priests are too expensive and exclusive, even for wealthy Egyptian families. If you stop doing your job properly, people will quickly hand you over to the hunters in return for a reward. Yeah. Because you're not of any use to them anymore, so they say, I don't need your ass. More and more people seem to be losing sight of what's right and ethical. This was true even when dark magic was respected and honored. Eva frowned, trying to hide her disappointment. But we wear a mask when fulfilling commissions. I don't know. Maybe they still know how to track you. She had been putting all her time and energy into her studies to become the first, the best. And here she was, falling asleep so carelessly. Let's practice some more then. I really want to get a new commission. The other two apprentices sitting next to her threw her an annoyed glance. She still hadn't learned properly, and yet she was already begging for work. It was a rare thing to do for an inexperienced student. The older apprentices took care of most of the commissions. The mentor shook his head. You're not ready. This is all for today. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, once you disappoint your master, they say, yeah, not today, you're not ready today, you're not focused. Let's try tomorrow. No, the lesson is over for today. The head priest left for Thebes this morning. While he's away, I'm in charge of the temple. The lessons were held at the main temple of Thoth, the god of wisdom and knowledge. Mentors provided medicine, writing, and herbalism classes at a very high cost. They also taught dark magic. Under the guise of scripts, they thought They taught two of the most forbidden disciplines in Egypt, oneiromancy and necromancy. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Those allowed to learn were only the ones who showed promise and had a predisposition to magic, entering people's minds, and empathy. They were mainly very bright children coming from poor families. Wealthy people preferred to study safer subjects, medicine, writing, and military science. That's why we have the reputation of being greedy and unscrupulous. We're ready to enter any dream and disturb any soul for good money. Hey, sometimes you have to do what you have to survive. I'm sorry. Like, I understand it's not a very honorable choice, if we can actually say it like that. Everyone does what they can to survive. If you have to enter someone's dream for easy money because that's the only thing you can obtain at this moment, you have to do it because that's the only way you can survive. Like, I don't blame them if they do it. All right. So this puts you in charge. Oh, she's already starting to bitch. Let's go. You know what, Eva? Love you. What happened in You know what? I'll practice by myself. If you don't want to train me, I'm gonna practice myself. I'm gonna prove you wrong. I promise to behave and not make noises. You can't. Who says that? You? Because of the priest? Honesty, alright. What is he doing there? He comes from Thebes. His family lives there. He went back because his younger sister died the other day. How did she die? The disease took life, and it might take many more before perish the thought it'll get to us. Oh, that's... Every person in Upper Egypt was terrified of the unknown disease that was ravaging Thebes. Who is this? People die everywhere. Why are we so worried about it? Because people usually die for a specific reason and never in such numbers. COVID. We have to deal with the death all the time. Why are you so afraid of it? I'm sorry, because I actually want to live. I'm an oneiromancer. In case you've forgotten, I don't want to mess around with death like you do. Honestly, it's harder to deal with the living than with the dead. All you three are my students. You can call yourself either oneiromancers or necromancers. You're just children. Ooh, necromancers. I've heard that term before. I think it was in Legacies. You praised me when I fulfilled the last commission. Why are you so disrespectful? Do you think you get special treatment because you're the mentor's younger brother? Ooh, it's a brother! I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Oh. I'm so sorry. Like, I couldn't tell. I thought it was a woman. I feel so bad right now. That's enough. Go to the refectory. I have a lot to do. Evis, I'll come find you later. I have something I want you to do. Nice. Alright. Don't forget to clean everything up. They got up from their seats and went to lunch. All scrolls were left in the room, in a special compartment hidden under the floor. If someone lost their copy, or if someone opposed to it stumbled upon the Sheshmu treatises, the consequences could have been catastrophic. That's why it was forbidden to train outside the hall. Well, my apologies for wanting to study. Everyone found a place to sit, and they picked up the conversation where they left off. I have a friend who lives in Set Mat, on the west side of the Nile. Near the Valley of the Kings and Queens? Yes, her father works at the necropolis. She said that the shops never end, and day and night, there's always someone mourning. If even the head priest's sister died, no one is safe there. The news apparently got all the way to the Paro. Sometimes are troubled, so I bet he's keen not to make a big deal out of it. They say he sent his people there. She's so pretty. I have to say, she's so pretty. It's a turbulent time. People complain that their powerful neighbors have set their greedy eyes on our land. Families have children to feed, and they're complaining about those in charge. This doesn't concern me anyway. I only care about money. Why are these two being so nosy? Eva's friends were still engrossed in their conversation, eager to discuss what was happening in the world. Of course, when you're fed and clothed, you can occupy your mind with idle thoughts. Out at the Bar of Sand. Some healers priests, I assume. Hunters for sure. Hunters? They should be careful, lest they get sick themselves. What are they doing there? What a pain in the ass. Oh my god, I can't. You know what? They should be careful. It would be funny if they blame us, shush, move for everything, and then get sick and die. You're such a kind person, Eva. Cunning? Dia shrugged her shoulders and looked down at her plate and dried fish. Of dried fish. Noticing Eva's indignation, Ramesses decided to tease her. Uh-oh. Aren't you afraid of getting caught? You're the most careless of us all. If I get caught, I'll drag you along with me. That, if I go down, you're coming with me. Ramesses gave her a long, hard look. His eyes narrowed. Sick. Eva, I swear one of these days I'll kick your ass. We both know that's not true. You don't like me too much? I had to. You would never lay a finger on me. Don't be so sure. This is hilarious. She boldly held his gaze and laughed. How scary. Ramesses is glad that you don't take your bickering seriously. It's fine, honey. I understand. I know. Oh no, did you manage to fall asleep today? You're always studying like crazy. Eva didn't reply. She didn't want to say that she wasn't just sleeping. She had a dream. You seem very happy that I messed up. Of course I'm happy. There are only 3 of us, and those who make mistakes will get kicked out immediately. Once she start practicing, they stop dreaming. We spend so much time in other people's dreams that we lose our own. But I swear I dreamed today. To make matters worse, my dream was about Anubis. Of all things, this can't be good. It was talking about the end, about death probably. My death? Yes, some choices can be bought with diamonds. They give access to exclusive scenes, unlock special outfits, or change the attitude of other characters toward you. Try now, okay. Rame. I'm not gonna take it. I have to. Tell me everything you know about the disease. Our mentor must have shared something with you. Whatever he shared with me, it's all just rumors. No one knows what's really going on. That's the problem with rumors. There is, I would say, a little bit of truth in there, but most of it is just like made up. Some rumors some rumors might be true. How should we be afraid? We're in Hermopolis, but what if it's contagious? The head priest will return from his sister's funeral, infect Remal, and then all of us. How if the students will die, and the infection will spread to the rest of the people? Your optimism is frightening. I am so sorry, dear. At Eva's words, Ramesses tensed up. You know, it does sound bad. My brother said it's not just people. The cattle are dying. Many crops aren't growing, and those that do, die as well. Wow. What? All of them? The vegetables? The grains? Yes, everything that can be grown is dying. Oh my god. This reminds me of Merlin. When Arthur killed the unicorn. Everything is dying. So I would say it's a curse. I think that's why Mens to send his hunters to Thebes. It looks like a curse. My apologies. I'm just so good. He thinks it's dark magic or something like that. Everyone is talking about it. So now it's our fault. Oh dear. We're too young for that, but the elders, they'd be better keep looking over their shoulder. I think the Baroth doesn't care about who's to blame. The main thing is to stop death from taking over the entire city. Now you know more about the disease. This will affect the plot. Alright, what a mess. Ramesses got up from the table saying, I'll go ask my brother what's going on. You said you didn't care. I mean, you can say a lot of things. He didn't reply. Eva watched him walk away. She sighed, disheartened. It doesn't concern us. It's better to stay out of it. I love the outfit. If there's really a swarm of hunters in TVs, it's not only a problem for us, but they're also probably contagious. Some apprentices who had devoted their lives to studying medicine walked by. They noticed a few scrolls next to Eva and Dia. They threw them a condescending glance. My apologies, I'm sorry. Who do you think you are looking at me like that? Assuming that they were still at the very beginning of their journey, learning to write. Eva leaned back, grinning gleefully, knowing secrets that were meant only for a few chosen ones did wonders for one's self-confidence. Let's go find your friend. Since he's studying medicine, maybe he'll tell us what to expect. Dia was talking about Eva's best friend, who she grew up with. They were like a brother and sister to each other. After all the horrors that Eva had to endure as a child, a past which she couldn't bear to remember, Isma's family had taken her in. They didn't abandon her or chased her away. They raised her instead as if she was their own. Eva and Isman had been by each other's side for at least 15 years. Wow. You know his name perfectly well. I keep forgetting. Right. Yeah, right. She's me as well. Why are you doing this to me? Or I'm just so good. I'm probably just that good. Why on earth are you so obsessed with this topic? Why are you so obsessed with me? Sorry, I had to. Keep at it, and I will definitely become better than you. Damn, you're painfully naive. Everything is connected. If everyone dies, what should I do? I'm studying oneiromancy. I want to work with the living, and those hunters. We need to be careful not to lose our heads. How can Isman help you? He knows more about all this. Don't be so stubborn. Dia pulled Eva after her. Alright. Shock me. Dia and Eva walked into the corridor. They were holding rolled up papyri under their arms, pretending to be aspiring scribes. Any field of study in Hermopolis began with training as a scribe. Only after that you could choose a specialist subject. Most of the students and some of the mentors didn't suspect that they were studying alongside Sheshmu. And as many as 3 of them, too many for one temple. Mentors usually risk-taking 1, 2 apprentices at most. Only a limited number of people were aware of this, including the head priest. Not everyone approved of those secret activities, even though they could be helpful. Although the new laws were supported by many, people still clung to their old traditions in Hermopolis and further away in Upper Egypt. Egypt and magic were inseparable from each other. Why on earth would the nobility from the lower part of the country dictate new policies? Why you gotta call out the world like that? The rift between Upper and Lower Egypt has existed for centuries and is only getting deeper. I used to hear Isma's mother cussing at Lower Egyptians all the time. Hermopolis was located in Middle Egypt, roughly speaking, and the opinions of the locals varied greatly, yeah. Thebes is the heart of Upper Egypt, and Sheshmu are much more active there than anywhere else. I can't imagine how much work their hunters must have. Ooh, hello. Have you heard about the head priest yet? Isman whistled. He was holding a heap of scrolls several times larger than the one the girls were carrying. There's something seriously wrong going on. I'm scared to go there. Huh. Why would you go there? Who's waiting for you there? That's a long way from home. Why would you go there? If you're scared to go there, why would you go there? Wait, you can't sit still? Cunning! My apologies. Oh, haven't you heard? Heard what? Eastman came closer, glancing briefly at Ida. What's wrong? The Paris people are headed there to sort it out. He instructed them to deal with everything as quickly as possible. We've heard that. The squad of the Supreme Epistates is traveling to Thebes through Hermopolis. The Supreme Epistates? Here? Epistates was one of the highest military ranks in ancient Egypt. Alright then. The most important person in Egypt responsible for capturing dark magicians. We're so lucky. I can hear her sarcasm. You've heard of him, haven't you? He's got so many Sheshmu under his belt, he's obsessed with his duty. Why are you so obsessed with me? Try me. You gotta try me first. Both of you, be careful. Yes, we always keep our heads down. How could I get any worse? Does it look like I'm joking? The face! He's literally like, bitch, are you for real? Ishman knew, of course, what his best friend did for a living. Please do all you can to avoid that ferocious beast. I bet he's the hottest of them all. It always starts like this. Is he really that ferocious? Let's see who's scarier. I have to. You know me, there's nothing scarier than a person who has nothing left to lose. That though. And nothing left in your brain either, apparently. Wow! Honestly, they're all stupid, these hunters. Half of the Sheshmu are right under their nose, and they're oblivious to it. You're ridiculously overconfident. There aren't that many of you. Don't compare some blunders to the Supreme Epistates, Eva. They say he has a unique instinct to track down dark magicians. You won't even have time to sass him. Well, I can still try to sass him. I'll take you by the scruff of the neck and throw you into the Nile. Try me. No time to sass him, you say? Me! Don't you dare. Don't you even think about doing that. You can't, I mean, you can't stop me from sassing him. I have to. Why not? Come on, Eva. You're always bragging about how bright you are and that no one can outsmart you. Nonsense. One look into her eyes is enough to see through her. I bet things will not go that way. The Epistates will come. I'll taunt him right under his nose, and he won't be any wiser. Are you out of your mind? He's fine, I'm sorry. Why not? Let's put him to the test. There. No. We're intelligent, we're capable, we can do it. She's always bragging about how brave she is. Let's see how that backfires. Oh, hell no. Backfires? Worst case scenario, he'll slap me or tell me to get lost. The last thing he's going to expect is a Sheshmu right under his nose. I bet he's expecting us to scatter like rats. Enough talking, do it then. Mother will kill you when she finds out. If she finds out, she's like, you're not gonna tell her anything. And your mother loves me more than she loves you. Damn, girl. She'll just be mad at you for letting me do it. Oh, you're a snake. My apologies. You made a bet with your friends. You'll have to face the Epistates. This will affect the plot. Dia turned to Isman. Anyway, you mentioned Thebes. Are you really going there? We'll talk about this later. I must hurry. I have practice today. Someone beat up a woman the other day and left her to die. Wow. I'm trying to bring the poor thing back to her senses. It's not an easy effort. What? Just like that on the street? All sort of things happen on the outskirts. Yeah, I noticed. Sometimes there is a fork in the plot. The path you take depends on the choices you made earlier. Path of cunning, huh? Eva immediately picked up her ears and changed her tone. Poor thing, her parents must be heartbroken. You bet. A father's inconsolable, is frantic and raging. I mean, understandable. And looking for those responsible? Wouldn't be. Why are you smiling like that? But she is unconscious and unable to point the finger at anyone, right? Yes, wait a minute. I see what you're doing. I really need a commission, Eastman, and someone has to help them find out who's responsible. Ask him if he needs an €1 commands his help. Eastman brushed off his friend like an annoying fly. Go away with your dark magic. You don't even feel sorry for her at all. Hey, keep it down. She tugged on her friend's arm to make him stop attracting attention. He headed in the opposite direction, adjusting his grip on the scrolls he was holding. Looking at him walking away, Dia rubbed her chin. Maybe that's what the mentor wanted to discuss with you. A commission lined up. Maybe. You're so lucky. I also want to practice. Imagine how much work there must be in TBs. Every other family saying farewell to their relative taken by the disease. Necromancers must be swimming in commissions. What you mean? Tell me about it. Money flowing like a river, damn! I don't like... Honestly, she seems like that. Necromancer! Some Sheshmu are sacred, are scared to disturb the dead, but I have a different opinion. The souls have nothing to do anyway while they're waiting for judgment. Okay. Some choices increase your necromancy or 1 neuromancy points. You will use them when fulfilling orders. The art of necromancy will bring you closer to the afterlife, communicating with the dead. The art of 1 neuromancy will help you solve problems by stepping into other people's dreams. Okay. I don't know which kind of path I want to. I think communicating with the afterlife would be more ominous, more, I would say more dark, because you're actually talking with the dead. You're communicating with the afterlife. And that is more like a new level of dark magic. And the 1 neuromancy will help you solve problems by stepping into other people's dreams. And this is more like the life, something that any of us could do. I think I'm gonna try the necromancy, but we will see. Until the soul went through the judgment of the god Osiris, it was still possible to get in touch with it. Osiris was the god of rebirth. Before determining their fate, the deceased's heart was weighed during the judgment of the dead. Once that main step was over, it was no longer possible to reach a soul, as it went to a place that allowed no return. My heart probably weighs like a moonlith used for building a pyramid. You have to tell me all the details later. I'm dying of curiosity. Don't be sad. You'll soon get a commission too. Dark times are coming for many, but you're someone like us. They're not too bad. Sheshmu always profit when others are in trouble. Dia nodded grimly, and that was what they agreed on. Dia went back to the room they shared at the temple. It was getting late, so Eva decided to walk along the shore and think. Wow. The drought, typical for the season of exhausting heat, was coming to an end. The exit season was coming when the water of the Nile turned green and rich, preparing to overflow its banks and fertilize the ground. Staring at the water, Eva walked among the dense vegetation. It was stuffy and humid. The air was heavy after the heat of the day. The sun was setting, not as strong anymore, but the evening wasn't getting any cooler. They say that in other lands the earth is fertile all year around. Sounds like a fairy tale. With a pang of irritation, Eva realized that she was letting her mind wander in useless directions just to avoid facing her uncomfortable thoughts. Her dream, Anubis, the disease, the hunter squads, her impending conversation with her mentor. So much piled up all at once. I need to pull myself together, or the other apprentices will surpass me quickly. Those who are the best at studying get the mentor's recommendation and they get more commissions. I have no right to do that. I want to get rich and repay them generously for all they've done for me. Good people are sacred, especially now, when Egypt is bursting at the seams with... She heard a loud rustle very close to her. Eva froze without making a sound. She held her breath as she always did whenever she was afraid. Walking along the river, she had to be ready for sudden encounters with the creatures that lived there, some of which were dangerous. The bushes ahead suddenly trembled and then a head poked out. Oh, alright. Oh, wow. You know what? I want the dog. Oh, a dog, or some kind of that. Or something of that kind. Eva felt silly talking out loud. The creature looked at her curiously. I had a dream about Anubis and now a dog, or maybe even a jackal. Or a jackal. Jumps out at me. This is not funny anymore. Of course, that idea seemed ridiculous and impossible. Why impossible? Who was she? A mere mortal? Who was she, a mere mortal, to judge? Eva didn't give it much thought and walked on. I can't try to ignore that dream all day long, but it won't do me any good. I'd rather just ask Grimao what it might mean. Just as Eva was walking toward her room, her mentor came out of the priest's hall. He was holding several rolled papyri belonging to the head priest. That's convenient.
There you are. I've been looking for you.
Please tell me you have a good news. Is there a commission by any chance?
That's all you care about? Yeah, I've got a task for you. Let's talk in private.
Eva followed Ramal. When they went out into the courtyard, which was usually empty after sunset, her mentor spoke in a half-whisper.
It's a young woman. She's still alive. Let's use your oneiromancy skills. We need to get into her dream and talk to her. I shouldn't be doing this, but when I was thinking about whom to give this task to, I figured you'd be perfect. She was severely bitten.
Wasn't that the one? What's his name? Isman was talking about? Like that woman? She was severely beaten? Who did it?
We don't know. They left her to die in the street.
Yep.
That's why I thought you'd be a good fit.
Is it because I'm a woman? I'm talented. You decided to give me a chance to make up for my mistakes? I would say this. Honesty. I know that sleeping in the middle of a lesson doesn't speak well of me, but up to this point I've been doing fine, right?
Yes, you're right. Something good can come out of you if you get over your drowsiness.
Ooh. Renown, you made the right guess. Let's go. Your mentor is fond of you. I love this. Like I said, I'm the queen. What can I do? Some choices increase your renown. High renown allows you to enjoy respect and various privileges. Okay. I know I'm iconic. You don't have to tell me that. Ramal clasped his hands behind his back, starting his story.
Asenath was found on the street by her father. He will tell you the details. However, I have the feeling that this was not a random attack. I assume that only another woman will understand her in such a situation.
Why me and not Dia?
Yes, unruly at times, loud. You're thoughtful and empathetic. You'll do better.
The mentor halted as voices at the neighing of horses sounded from the distance. Eva and Ramal exchanged a surprised glance. Are those horses? The nice hunters are here. Horses were rare in their region. If they appeared, they belonged to someone in a high position under the Pharaoh, yes. And that could only mean one thing. Yes. I'm so good. I'm so good.
The Epistates canvey is here.
So it's true. The Supreme Epistates is here?
Did you doubt it? They all absolutely show that the Seshmu cursed Thebes. People are dying, and this attracts necromancers. They're going to look for those they believe are responsible.
I want to see them.
No, we mustn't get close.
Ooh, he's mad. He says like, yeah, no.
We have work to do, remember? Watch from here if you're curious, but don't draw attention.
Don't draw attention. His request goes against my bet with Thea and Eastman. Eva walked to the edge of the courtyard and craned her neck to see as much as possible. Wow, that's different from how I pictured it in my head. Beautiful, rich, but not at all pretentious.
The Epistates.
The convey. The carriote slowed down. Local residents stopped to watch such an unusual event. There were several small carriotes, but one stood out. It was bigger, richer, and more beautiful. Oh, I didn't realize, like below the text. Oh, how beautiful. A man wrapped in a plain cape got off it. He was almost a head taller than anyone else around him. He's gonna be insanely hot, right? He has to. It's always like this. Eva noted that everyone else wore light flowing clothes. Is he hiding? Covering his face? The man was broad-shouldered and remarkably tall. The others looked short compared to him. He suddenly turned around as if he could feel her gaze on him. Yes. Huh? I knew it. I knew it. He had to be hot. It is always like that. Oh, wow. Honestly, I would be completely hypnotized by his gaze. I literally am. Like, I actually, without realizing it, I went closer to the screen. Like, oh my god, he is fine. He's fine. Oh, he's my type. Wow. Look at him. She could only see a light bit of his face, but it was enough. It was enough for me to fall in love. Like, damn. Malbonte, Amrit, and this young fella here are making it very hard for me. They're all plugging my heartstrings. Please don't. A sharp piercing look from under the hood framed by strands of pale hair. It was heavy, so intense that Eva felt uncomfortable in her hiding place. Honestly, I would feel insecure. Like, do you know how hot this man is? There was no doubt that man was the Epistates. Eva got the impression that he could really read people's essence without any effort. She shivered and wanted to step back toward Jamal. Fine-ass man. Fine-ass man. Instead, she almost bumped into him. Her mentor was also watching.
Yes, it's him. I've heard a lot about him.
Raim said he has at least a dozen of Sheshmu under his belt.
Aemon is known as the Dark Magician's Nightmare.
Oh, his name is Aemon?
He has an extraordinary instinct when it comes to those like us. Don't go near him.
But I want to go near him. Does he have white hair? Is it a wig?
No, he was born that way.
Fine-ass man. Fine.
Like a white bird in a flock of black ones. They like to say that he was destined to purify.
Wow. He was destined to purify. Purify what? The souls? Or as in the spirit of the fallen ones, as in the people that die. He purifies their souls.
He grew up under the auspices of the pharaoh's power, and so he's loyal to it. He's like an idol to the people of Memphis. He fulfills the sacred will of Menes too.
Mammoth, the capital, or the former capital. And all that talk is just because of his appearance? Because he's so pale? No, because he's fine.
What can you do? In Lower Egypt, they love such rumors.
The closer to the Nile Delta, the more foolish the people. Wow, girl. Don't get that low.
Don't get cocky. I'm not kidding. Evitus, stay away from him.
I can't. Like this, he hypnotized me. I have to get closer to him.
You're too young and inexperienced to stand up to him, and one look at you and everything will become clear to him.
I'll play dumb. Honestly, I'll play dumb. I have to. So dumb that I looked like I couldn't even get near a scroll, let alone learn to write. Dark magicians have a reputation for being unscrupulous but not stupid. That was hilarious. Oh my god. I would have done something like that. He's like, yeah, stay away from him. I literally would have just said, yeah, but I want to go near him. I have to figure him out. Know your friend, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, you know? Ramal shook his head. It bothered him that Eva didn't understand the gravity of the situation. I can't, he's fine. I'll manage, I promise. Don't look at me like that. Have I ever given away my emotions? It's impossible to read me. He won't understand who I am, I swear. Renown. Aw, her mentor's gaze softened.
I know you're not quite so foolish as to draw attention to us.
Not quite? What's that supposed to mean? It means that you are being a little... How can I say it? I would say she's underestimating him and overestimating herself just a little bit. Like, if you have a capability, if you have a power like a talent, then it's good, but you still have to work on that talent. Like, a lot of people told me that I'm a very capable singer, but if I don't go to music school to learn how to do riffs or something like that, I just can't keep on singing in the shower. Like, it's not any use. If you have a power, if you have a talent, you have to work on that talent. If you're a born assassin, you still have to learn how to hold a knife. Okay? You have to. Just because you're a talent doesn't mean that everything that involves that talent will be completely easy to you. You have to work on yourself. And she's she's going easy on important issues. Like, on serious matters, she's like, don't worry, it's not anything. Like, I know I talk like that, saying, yeah, but I want to get close to him, but like, depending the real backstory, like, this is the first episode, we don't know much yet, so depending on their backstory, I would understand if he's like, yeah, you stay away from him. What exact, I think he's more like worried because people like her get massacred, right? As soon as they find them. But like, didn't they just say that this handsome fella has a lot of our kind under him? Like, a lot of us working for him? So he wouldn't kill us. But I do understand what it means. Like, it would also be like misusing power and etc. So like, I understand where the mentor is coming from. Let's just keep it like that. All I'm saying is she's a little careless. A little. But she's still an icon. I stand. Not quite. What's that supposed to mean? Ramal left the question unanswered.
Be careful and don't get too bold.
Yes.
They'll catch you on the same day you brag about being untouchable. Uncatchable. It always works that way.
Ramal knows what I mean. Fine. Ramal believes he can rely on you. Don't let him down. I will not. He put his trust in me, I can fail him. But why did they come here? What's with the unscheduled stop? Their destination is Herbis. Why linger in Hermopolis?
We have one of the best healing schools here. They're looking for healers to help in Thebes.
The mentor headed to the main staircase that led to the city center. They had to make their way to the customer's house through the winding street of Hermopolis. Now they had to be even more cautious since there were more watchful eyes. I have to see this man again. I want to see how they drew him in that game. We saw him in the illustration where he's fine as hell. Now I want to know how he looks like in this game. You know, like on screen. When they were almost there, Eva suddenly realized. Healers to serve in Thebes. Oh wait, only then did she piece it together. Or medical students from our temple? Ooh, so you... Ishman, is that why he mentioned Thebes? Was he called? Or does he want to volunteer? They passed the main street and dived into the winding alleys. Oh, now I understand. Like, not us. We're like a necromancer and one Eurocomancer, or however that name is. Or family. Like, we were adopted by Ishman's family and were treated as their own. So, like, their family, so they're like healers. Oh no, not her losing her family. The mentor always said that it was better to go to the roundabout way to keep out of sight.
We considered sending you to the Thebes to practice, but it would be like sending a lamb to the slaughter.
So it was us!
The best Sheshmu hunting squad is in all of Egypt. And you, who still cling to me as if I'm your father.
Don't think everyone is the same. Yes, you're wise. I wish I could learn everything you know. Such a wise and talented mentor. Are you mocking him?
Thank you.
If we went to Thebes together, I could learn so much from you. I would even pay you a percentage of my earrings.
Oh, you were just flattering me. Stop it. You won't set foot there.
Well, at least I tried. Funny. They stopped near a respectable-looking house, dim lights flickering in its windows. Ramal motioned Eva to wait, saying that first he needed to talk to the owner. Turning away, he pressed a small plate to his face. He waved his hand and it changed. Black mask. The dark plate on his face turned into an animal muscle. This was how Sheshmu looked while fulfilling commissions so that no one could see their faces. They couldn't trust anyone. Then the mentor draped a dark cloak over his shoulders. Wow! King!
Wait for me here.
Eva crossed her arms and leaned against the wall. The crimson disk of the sun had sunk below the horizon, and the dark sky was now covered with flecks of stars. It was about 11 o'clock. If someone sees me at such a time in such a place, they'll think that I am a priestess of love. But it's better than looking obviously like a dark magician. Girl, your outfit is stunning. I don't know what you mean. Standing in the dusty dark corner, she couldn't help but think, would she spend all her life hiding in the corners like this? I mean, things can change, you know.
Shoo, go away.
Huh? The voice sounded very close, coming from a neighboring yard. The man was shouting at someone.
Go away, I'll throw a stick at you.
Wow. Eva stepped closer, and when she saw the whole picture, she was astonished. Oh.
That's it, I'm taking a stick, you bastard.
By helping the animal, you can earn the favor of a certain god in the future. The man swung at the dog, the same dog she had seen earlier that day. The animal pressed itself against the fence, looking at him with hostility. Threatening an animal? Has he no fear? Eva narrowed her eyes and helped the dog. We're gonna help the dog. He's way too cute. Hey, my friend. Why does the stray make you so upset? Leave it be. Why anger the gods?
What is it to you? What are you doing at this hour?
That's none of your business. I ask you a question first.
What, you want to get hit with a stick too?
Really? Can we use our powers to make him shut up? She snorted scornfully. If I get hit with a stick, so be it, but be careful, or the first of the westerns might hit you with something worse. When your judgment day comes, Anubis will remind you how you beat this dog. The man grimaced.
Go get kicked by a donkey.
This is actually such a funny comeback. I seem to be near an ass already. Ooh! The man hit his chest and said,
Me, the kind-hearted echo, angering the gods, never.
He awkwardly stepped away from the pile of sticks, as if showing that he had no intentions of doing anything. Oh, you're the kindest person I've ever seen. Tell him.
It's not what you think, wandering priestess of love.
We're using that card.
I wasn't going to do anything, I just threatened it.
Yeah, right. Suddenly Eva heard slow, heavy footsteps behind her. She turned around, ready to justify herself to Ramal. It's him. Huh? It had to be. Like, it's always like this. I keep on telling you. Oh my... Oh, he's fine. He's fine. The shocking, paralyzing, unexpected encounter with the Epistates sent a wave of goosebumps running through her body. Eamon was no longer wearing the cape Eva had seen on him an hour earlier. More footsteps. He wasn't alone there. Eamon came out of the shadow in a white blur, as if he had just appeared out of nowhere. He silently looked at Eiko. It took the man only a moment to realize that there was going to be trouble. Renell, let's go. The man quickly retreated to his house as if he had never been there. Maybe he wasn't so stupid after all. Eamon watched him leave, then turned to Eva.
A good deed, but you shouldn't have wasted your screams.
You helped the animal. This will affect the plot. Okay. I'm not gonna let someone harm that beautiful dog. Did you see how beautiful that dog is? No longer in danger, the animal quietly slipped away into the greenery. The gods are laughing at me. I shouldn't look scared, or he'll become suspicious. Eva turned to Eamon. He was looking at the door that had just slammed shut. His man stopped about 60 feet away, apparently waiting for him.
What are you doing here at this hour? This is a bad place to offer you services.
Afraid to look at him, all Eva could muster was... services?
An alley isn't a place where to sell your body.
I'm sorry. This man did not actually say I'm a whore. This bitch did not actually say that I'm a whore. That! I'm not selling my body, you're wrong. If this isn't a good place to sell, then I'm clearly not selling. I'm not selling my body. Do I look like someone who does that?
It's not my area of expertise.
This situation is so surreal. This is actually hilarious.
It's not my area of expertise.
That means you never asked for a booty call. Okay, I got that. Why are you saying such things then? Honesty, okay. The Epistates looked at Eva indifferently, appraising her.
Show me your bag.
Why? Huh? Eva swallowed. She knew Eamon wanted to check if there was a black plate inside the base of the Sheshmu mask.
Show me.
No. Sliding the bag off her shoulder, she opened it wide and showed it to him. Having found nothing, he nodded.
You should leave. You'll run into someone worse than me.
I'm sorry, but you're fine. I don't know what you mean. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop. Am I doing something wrong? Why are you sending me away? I'm shaking at the very thought of looking at him. I'm afraid that he will easily read everything in my eyes. Everyone was just trying to scare me. Maybe he's not that bad. And then the rice met. I'm so sorry. I want to be dramatic today. She cautiously looked up at the man, her eyes no longer darting around. Eva noted with surprise that all this time Eamon must have been looking straight at her, his hand on his weapon. Did he just blush? He didn't seem to expect her to look at him, but his face didn't betray any emotion. Can I stay here?
Why are you trembling if you're not doing anything wrong?
Because you're frightening me. What have I done to deserve your questioning?
You're impertinent.
Oh! You're impertinent, he says. What you mean? Eamon will remember your defiant stare. He better remember my defiant stare. Like, what you mean? You try to bitch at me, I'm gonna bitch at you. You're not the only one that has a dick. Sorry. Eva nodded at his hand. Son, eye, hand, ink. I see by your marks that you execute the pharaoh's will. So why are you bothering with a simple girl in an alleyway?
I see you've been taught, but don't try to teach me. I bring order everywhere.
You bring order everywhere. And how do you plan on bringing order here? You want to bring order to me? To my thoughts or something? Suddenly Eva realized what the Epistates and his squad were doing there. They were walking around the city studying it and getting familiar with its structure. That was going to make it easier for them to score its streets.
I'm tired of this conversation. Leave, or I'll make you leave.
Wow. I have to give him this powerful voice. I have to.
Where has she gone?
Ramal looked into the alley. Eva felt incredibly relieved at the sound of his voice. It didn't escape Eamon how her shoulders relaxed and her lips twitched in a half smile.
Your father.
My father. Yes, he's my father. Memento.
Do you study?
Why are you so interested in me? Why are you so obsessed with me? Obsessed with me already? Ramal quickly found them. Eva was sure that he was no less surprised to see the Epistates there, but the experienced wise man didn't bat an eye.
Epistates, why are you standing here in the dark corner? I was waiting for you at the house. Is she yours?
I don't belong to anyone. Are we gonna have the same problem here with Amrit? Sir! The Epistates nodded at Eva.
Who else? My apprentice. What is she studying?
He's asking way too many questions.
Writing, and then we'll see.
Ramal bowed slightly.
Am I talking to the Supreme Epistates? It's a great honor. Half of the city has been looking forward to your arrival. Only half. I'm not in the habit of lying.
Honestly, Ramal me. Just say everything straightforward. Eamon didn't answer and just looked at the mentor silently. He appreciated that his words were the truth, not flattery. Okay, so the both of us are gonna understand each other, apparently. Then he said,
Keep an eye on her. She has a smart mouth. It won't do her any good.
What you mean? Only a guy can have a smart mouth here? The Epistates left them and retreated back the way he had come. Ramal didn't say a word to Eva, but his eyes showed how unhappy he was with what had just happened. He led her back. We just wanted to help that poor animal. As soon as they got to the right house, Ramal hissed.
I'm not quite sure if something so absurd could happen to anyone but you. Please tell me what happened for Emun's sake.
Wow. I wanted to protect an animal. He appeared behind me. I wanted to protect an animal. Someone was trying to hurt the poor thing.
And why should that be your concern?
I have a heart. I was worried. Rather, why should it be his concern to know what I was doing there? He kept pestering me.
Don't try to talk your way out of this.
Cunning. Again. They were probably just patrolling the streets. I was told earlier today that this Epistates is uniquely skilled. Ramal ran his finger through his dark hair and sighed wearily.
God damn it.
Considering our current circumstances, I'd be more careful with what you say. Her mentor clicked his tongue.
Enough talk, it's time to get to work.
Isn't it dangerous?
It shouldn't be. This house is a basement. We'll go there. If they come, the man will stand up for us. He'll say we're his relatives, his friends. I don't know. You should have seen him. He's desperate. He'll give anything just to help his daughter.
How much is anything in coins? Ramal waved her off and went inside the house, beckoning her to follow him. He saw our faces. He'll know who was here.
Don't bother with that now. Focus on our work.
Ramal frowned. Something occupied his thoughts, complicated thoughts inaccessible to Eva. He handed her a cloak and a plate, which Eva pressed to her face. Then she waved her hand, putting some strength in the movement. A dark haze colored her mask, turning it into an animal's muscle. Yes! Let's go! Adorable! Exchanging glances, they sighed and began their work. When Eva entered the house, the place looked nothing out of the ordinary, except maybe that it was slightly better furnished than other similar homes in the area. Eva noticed an animal skin in the corner. Those were hard to get and usually worn by priests. I wonder if he's a priest. Which rank? He's probably friends with someone in the Temple of Thoth. And that's how he found us. Since he used the services of Sheshmu, it means that he supports the old way of life and ignores the ban on dark magic. An elderly man greeted her. "Aw,
God help to you, Nefertu."
Nefertu was a way to address young women in ancient Egypt. Aw, let the gods give you a long life too. Bow. Eva bowed deeply. The old man laughed, waving his hand.
Thank you for your respect, but it's me who should be bowing. Thank you for your time and efforts.
He gave her a slight nod. I overdid it. Well, at least I didn't offend them.
Did you carry her down? Yes, as you asked me to. Your wife won't interrupt us, right? No, it's been a month since she died.
Wow.
The disease took her. She went to Tibetus to trade, but never returned. I'm sorry for your loss. This is the price of inaction.
It's none of my business. I'm not interested in his thoughts about what he doesn't even know for sure. One blurs something out, then another, and a third will say it too. And then we complain that rumors are like sand. Honesty!
They let those Macedonian beasts in. They enforced the laws, banned everything and corrupted everything they could. No wonder the gods are angry and are trying to destroy Thebes. It used to be the capital of tradition of history. Lower Egypt is different. They always got mixed up with those from the Nile Delta. But the Upper Egypt? Why did they yield?
The man began waving his arms. The complicated matter of the change of power clearly upset him.
I see. Now let's go take a look at your daughter. That's what we're here for.
The old man got carried away. On the other hand, that's something that really bothers him, and not just him, I'm sure. The man nodded, leading them into the basement. They usually stored milk there and other things that had to stay cold, but now there was a half-dead, wounded young woman lying next to the mismatched jugs. Aww, poor her. She's barely older than me. It's too early for you to lie on the ground next to milk. It's too early. Ramau nodded.
Are you sure? Are you ready to start, Edvi? She's still alive. Remember what I said?
Eva nodded. Neuromancy working with dreams. She rubbed her hands. It was time to step into someone else's mind and get drunk on someone else's feelings. Alright then. This is gonna be complete chaos. I literally read chaos right down there. Okay, I have 5 honesty points, 6 cunning points, 1 necromancy, 0 neuromancy, 3 renown as in respect points, 0 loyalty, and 0 chaos points. Okay. And this story is gonna be something, alright? I'm intrigued to find out what's gonna happen. Apparently, apparently my future lover is one of the upper, belongs to the upper caste. Haha. He is someone with influence, as in someone with power. Someone very, very powerful. And it makes him even hotter. Let me stop. Yeah, I'm intrigued to know what this is. Like, the first conversation between us was actually pretty, like, you could feel electricity in the air. I'm just gonna say it like that. You could feel electricity and the interest from both sides. And I respect people that can endure the truth. Love this. Just accept the truth because you have to. It's the truth. Truth hurts, but it is still the truth. He appreciates the truth, so the both of us are gonna understand each other perfectly. I have the feeling he's gonna be my second soulmate. Let me stop. Yeah, anyways. I'm intrigued to find out what happens in the next episode. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best, and I will see you in another video. Bye.